This rather cute little opening scene and music here belongs to Door Door. Now, Door Door is notable for a couple reasons. First of all, it's the first title published by Enix. Secondly, it was actually an enormous success in Japan. This game then paved the way to a number of later huge hits from Enix, such as Dragon Quest. The object of this game is to capture all the monsters that appear on each screen. You do this by luring them towards an open door. If they're headed in the right direction, they'll walk into it. You can then shut it behind them. Each door has a little black handle on it. You can only open the door if the handle is facing the right way. As you can see, a lot of these doors have two handles, so you can open them either way. A lot of later levels have only doors with one handle on them. Oh yes, and if you touch one of the little bombs, you'll explode. The little pieces of candy are good for bonus points. Now the monsters have to enter the door going the right direction. For example, I've opened this door to the right. The monster has to walk into the door to the right. If he's coming the wrong direction, he'll just walk on past it. Once the monster's inside, you need to close the door. The doors can only be opened and closed each way once. Later levels actually contain more monsters than doors. This means you'll have to trap several monsters at once. Otherwise, you'll run out of open doors before you run out of monsters. These sort of games, like Flappy or Door Door, really seem to resonate with Japanese audiences at the time. These games were mostly strategy-based, not skill-based. Door Door doesn't really require fast reflexes, so much as the ability to think a level through and be able to plan your course of action. I'm not sure why these games were so popular. Maybe the Famicom was introducing video games to an audience that hadn't really played them so much before. After all, the Famicom was being marketed in Japan as a family computer, that is, something for the whole family. So how does this game actually play? Well, it's certainly a well-designed game, that's for sure. The levels are well thought out, the characters are original and cute. The protagonist has a bit of personality to him. Notice the way he sort of taps his foot impatiently when he's not moving. I guess this is the first video game character, with attitude, sort of like Sonic in later years. Now, one thing you might not like about the game is the pace. Your character doesn't exactly haul ass across the screen. In fact, he moves quite slowly, especially when going up or down ladders. Playing this game, you really wish there's some way to sort of speed him up a bit. And then there's the matter of the general structure of the game. Like a lot of games of this era, for example Flappy or Wrecking Crew, you basically have one level. Once you complete it, you go on to the next level, which is usually sort of similar, and then you sort of repeat until infinity. This game technically has 50 levels. Once you get to the last one, then the whole thing starts repeating. The levels get consecutively harder, but they don't really change that much throughout the game. This may irritate modern gamers who are used to more variety in their games. Of course, at the time it was standard, so this really shouldn't be held against Door Door. Now this type of game, the single screen but many different levels, will disappear pretty quickly on the Famicom. By the way, this game is not a Famicom original, it's actually a port of a game that was released slightly earlier by Enix for Japanese computers. And I should also point out this game was developed by Koichi Nakamura. He and his Chunsoft development team would later go on to such games for Enix such as Dragon Quest.